Our girl Abby found some delight in all the sticks on our property after 100-mile-an-hour winds pounded down on us here in Boulder, Colorado. As we picked up all the sticks, we realized it was time for spring tree trimming because late winter and early spring are the best times to do that tree trimming, and thankfully we didn't lose any trees. So join me with a special guest on today's vlog as we talk all about trees. I am here with one of my favorite people, my husband Ed.
One of them.
And we are going to be talking today about trees. We don't know about you, but we love our trees. We have about 30 of them here on the property, and we're going to be sharing a little bit about spring cleanup and what needs to happen, which got prompted for us by a storm that we had here in Colorado over the weekend where there were winds up to like 100 miles an hour. So with that, let us show you our trees, eh?
Right.
Okay.
You know what the trees are?
Where?
Between 2 and 4.
Oh, yeah. East Coast humor. All right. Here we go.
Here we go.
This is your
Abby,
video debut, Eddie. Your video debut. All right. So tell us what's going on here. Looks like there was a lot of damage.
We most of it is just dead stuff. We were walking around, and Sherry had said, "Hey, let's go check the back trees and see." So one thing led to another, and we started as just doing 1 or 2 clippings, and they ended up here. So.
And what are these trees? And tell us.
They're ouse trees.
Say that again.
Ouse trees. We bought them about 20 years ago before the internet. It was an ad in a magazine, and I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 15 for like $25. They were little sticks. And
what was the goal of getting these trees? We had a goal in mind.
As a fence, as a blockage because the neighborhood moved in, and we had
nothing here before then. It was just miles
of nothing. So anyway,
yeah,
growth got here, so the trees came in, and this gave us a little privacy. But they're like willow. They're a type of willow trees. They die quickly. So yesterday we came out just to say, hey, let's check it out. And 2 hours later, here we are.
We got into it. And I think that goes to talk about how sometimes gardening is unplanned because whatever needs you in the moment needs you in the moment. And it seemed like the trees needed us in the moment.
Yeah, and I'm from the East Coast. I don't remember us back there taking care of trees that much, maybe because I was so young. But out west, we seem to spend a lot of time and energy trimming trees.
Well, we have a lot of trees.
Temperature changes quickly, kills a branch. We have the ash trees, which we're fighting the.
So this is an ash right here,
and those
right?
over here, and you have an apple tree and the emerald ash borer. We have to take care of them every 2 years. We have to put something in there. I forget what it's called. Jewel. Yeah, got
an anti-borer formula.
Ash borer guy. So having trees in Colorado is expensive for sure. If you want to maintain them, otherwise they just fall apart.
Right.
And then we planted some eastern.
What about this guy?
This guy was planted. He was only a foot tall. God, when we first moved here 30 years ago, and we had planted 2 of them, but one
perished.
One quit one year, and then these are 3 or 4 years old. These are eastern pine trees. They're really nice because the needles on them are really soft.
So soft. That was our selling factor, right?
Yeah, that was it.
Because they weren't the stiff, prickly.
They were pricey too. They were like $500 a piece.
Yeah.
Most trees, but they're nice. So you got a drip system on them, and then we have a drip system here for flowers. And then over here we have, I think this is, what is this? This is a cherry tree, right?
Yeah, it's a Canadian cherry.
Cherry tree, and then these are 2 pear trees. They're not fruit cherries.
They're not fruit bearing.
But they got great flowers. They smell great. The bees like them. And then the aspen trees that grow, we planted a couple aspen trees around the property.
Let's walk around to the back.
We planted some aspen trees when we first moved here, and they just keep growing and
dying and growing.
Dying and growing. They chase the water, and they just grow. And the one on the end is just a volunteer that just showed up.
And it grew and it grew and it grew. Right? And the bummer, I would say, what we learned, never grow trees this close to your garden, because, especially aspens, because they root so prolifically. And
Yeah, they connect here, and then I think they might even be connected to those up there.
these up here. So we have a couple up here that have come and gone.
And they just show up every couple of years, die off, and then they show up.
Right. And this, what about this beauty right here?
That's our apple tree.
It's our beloved apple tree.
We had like 1,000 apples last year, maybe more.
Some years nothing, and some years just so much.
It does a lot better when you trim it back, and then the next year it comes out. It really fruits nice.
It's got a lot of, if I get up closer to it.
Abby, come on.
It's got a lot of, if I can get that to focus, so there's a lot of buds. A lot of buds. It's going to be flowering. We'll show you here in a couple of weeks when they're all flowering. They'll be beautiful. And then we've got 2 more of the ash trees here.
Yeah, these are big ones. These are our shade trees. If we lose these, that would suck, because we, in the summertime, this just keeps us 20 degrees cooler than outside, because it can get awfully hot here.
Yeah, they are a great shade tree and a friend.
And that's it, right?
No? Well, we have the not so beloved
Russian olive trees.
And I'll just give you a glimpse over the fence. The Russian olives, never buy one, never put it in. That's all I'm going to say. They're not a typical olive that has, that is fruit bearing. It is just their little ornamental type olives.
Yeah, they're invasive here to Colorado.
And they're invasive, right.
Normally in Colorado you can't top off trees, but these ones you can.
And the previous owners to this property, the original builders of our house, they had done a line of them here. And I guess as a privacy block, wind block, I don't know what it was, but because that land on the other side is ours as well, and it was theirs too, so it was kind of strange that they broke up the property that way, but they did. It
was a windbreak because their son was going to build a home there.
Oh, gotcha. But they have horrible thorns on the branches, and we have cut them back. Some have died off, but they're just kind of a thorn in our side, right?
In our feet. In
our feet, yeah. Literally. And then as we go across the yard, let's do this. We have a couple of locust trees that Ed planted a few years back. And they are not, none of the leaves, or the trees have leaves on them yet, but they will soon, within weeks, like I said. These are the locust trees, which actually give a nice privacy break here from the street, which was the goal, and shade, because this is a parking area, so it's shade for the parking area here. And we've got a willow over there, pine tree over there, and some crab apples out in the front.
Nice views of the back range.
Yeah, there's a beautiful view there of the back range. I feel like I could show you. So one of the things that we love so much about this house are the views from here are spectacular. All right, and with that, let's head into the house and I will let you see what is happening in the grow room. There's lots happening in the grow room, and let's go do it. Well, here in the grow room, we are on week 10 of this year's indoor seedlings project, which started with the artichokes, onions, and geraniums. Be sure to watch that video, which I'll link in the description. And once again this year, I've learned so much, and I'm excited how they are progressing. Whether it be our peppers or tomato plants. We've got a lot of tomato plants again once this year, one of my favorite things to grow. And I'm always worried that they won't survive, so I do a lot and then I end up with a lot, and that is a good thing, I would suppose. But here they are. They're like little kids. You never think when your kids are small they're going to ever grow up, and then all of a sudden one day they're getting all grown up, and that is what's happening here in our grow room. We have all the little ones in the nursery. I've had some ups and downs in this area, and sadly the dahlias are not doing so great, but the peppers, holy moly. I really do feel like in gardening you decide you know, what you do best, and tomatoes and peppers are what I do best with seedlings. I'm finding that to be very true, and direct sowing flowers just seems to be the thing for me, though I do have a few growing here. And here's the onions that I've been hardening off, and next week I'm going to put them in the garden and share all of that with you. All right, my friends, so that wraps up another vlog this week. I hope you enjoyed learning more about the trees on our property, and I'd love to know about the trees that you have in your part of the world. What are your favorite trees? What's happening with your trees right now? Have you started your spring trimming? And onward you will go with that. I also wanted to share with you, these are the geraniums that we started from seed, and they're doing so beautifully. I've actually given some away over the Easter holiday. We gave some to family and friends, and it's one of my favorite things to do when I'm growing from seed, especially when it turns out well, is I can't always utilize all of them myself, and so I love to give them away. It's a beautiful thing to be able to do, and it's so cost effective to be able to do it, and to know that these were grown with love and are given with love as well. That's it for this week. If you would like to be part of the Victory Garden community, please just look at the link in the description below. It gives you all the information and just a community of us coming together to share our gardening ideas beyond just what's here on YouTube. And I would love to have you in it. So until next week, onward we grow. Thanks for growing with us, and we will see you next time. And in the meantime, be sure to like, comment, let us know what really resonated for you in this video, and then of course be sure to subscribe at no cost to you and be updated when we have new videos up to play.